We've got some rain in the offing today. It could be pouring down within, let's say 10 hours or so. And we might be looking at some severe weather overnight, which is always bad. It happens in the dark. You can't tell what's going on out there. Then you lose the power. And then you're wondering, okay, when does this come back on again? And then you fall asleep and the alarm doesn't go off and you're late for work. I'm making pre-excuses here, Valerie, for me not being here tomorrow. Just so you know,
Pre-excuses?
these are pre-excuses.
Well, you can be a little late.
Maybe a little
like,
late.
Okay. But be here before 6.
I make no promises.
Okay.
I mean, the alarm goes off.
Listen, I
I'm
think
out of it,
for
baby.
us,
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be okay.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
For our personal situations now.
We shall.
Central Alabama, maybe not quite done by that time.
Maybe not. Let's talk a little bit about that piece of property that you own. Might be the old family homestead. Could be a piece of undeveloped real estate. Maybe a commercial building. You got it. You're trying to figure out how to sell it, and you're trying to shop and compare the two different methods that you have available to you. One of them is, of course, getting a listing agent and then taking a stab at what you think you should price it at, and then maybe going through a punch list and fixing all the stuff that you think needs to be fixed, and then getting an offer, and then there being contingencies on the offer, and then the long, slow, tedious process, and then maybe the offer falls through, and then you decide, well, do we lower the price? What are we doing here? You can't really go up from here. It's really just a long, involved process of a guessing game that's not getting you your fair market value. An auction with Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing is the way to go. You're bringing the market to you. They have cash in hand. They're excited about buying this piece of property. No punch lists. There's no contingencies. There's nothing. Just a piece of property that folks are bidding on, a date certain of sale, a date certain of close. Pretty much everything you want, nothing you don't. The buyer pays the closing costs and the cost of sale. Find out more at gtauctions.com. gtauctions.com. You're saving yourself a massive headache. You are getting the best market value out of that place. And who doesn't want a bidding war? This is what everybody's fighting for. A bidding war on your property? Come on. That's exactly what an auction is. Granger Thaggart Auction Marketing, gtauctions.com to find out more, gtauctions.com. Now, we had this story a couple of years ago. A couple of guys ended up getting in serious trouble, paying a fine, and I think one of them actually got a little bit of jail time for this one. Guys who shoved some weights into their fish to try to win a tournament?
Yes, it's been done.
Apparently, there was a gentleman who did not pay attention to that story. Curtis Lee Daniels of Willow Park, Texas. He was arrested Sunday after a metal detector found a bass he entered in the Lake Fork Lure Company tournament.
So to say.
He added weights to the bass, feeding it, the little lead weight, in hopes that maybe it would come through nice and heavy. 3 weights were found inside his competition entry, others found in his boat. Daniels, who had already won 2 hourly prizes totaling $2,500, was arrested and charged with violating fishing tournament law, according to the Texas game warden. The charge is a third-degree felony because the tournament's prize amount exceeded $10,000.
So what you're saying is he got greedy. If he 500, they may not have, but because he kept winning,
might not have.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
something fishy's going on here.
Tournament's grand prize went to the real winner, William McDaniel of Festus, Missouri, for his bass weighing a whopping 10.22 pounds. Congratulations. Sliding. What is wrong with you people? The desire to win and the competitive drive, but cheating? Cheating. Feeding fish weights. That's just wrong.
Poor fish. They're like, look, I'm already full here. Don't be putting some weights in me.
Prosecutors?
1,700. Not 7, not 70. Not 700, but 17.
Licenses and aliases to obtain store credit through fraudulent merchandise Home Depot locations. Milford. Investigators say James $1,699 merchandise she later resold. Indicted James. Second-degree felony. to 5 years, 100 hours, and 66,000.
People like this is scheme. Why don't you just get bail or worry about paying?
No telling what you might be able to
Shoulder.
use your genius.
The scheme involved $200,000 that she later resold online to make.
Where is she getting?
Very good question. Show a receipt. Very good question. Show a receipt. Have the receipt. You can. And they can. What is it?
There's a guy around the corner. There's a bunch of Rio,
Weed
pressure
eaters.
water. He's got chops. Selling these things, and I'm like, right? Oh, I'm guessing.
And then
No, this. Which tells me that either he's walking out of Home Depot without paying for it and selling it for less, or he's buying it at Home Depot and he's reselling it on the street corner for convenience sake. I'm not doing it either way.
No.
I'm going to go buy mine at Home Depot. Thank you very much. The other day, there was a story of a drive-by shooting at Rihanna's house. Rihanna. She got shot at by an AR-15 style weapon.
Was she home?
I don't know. But we do know that a 35-year-old Florida woman named Ivana Ortiz has been arrested.
A woman?
Did we need to hear anything after Florida?
No. That's
Ortiz.
unusual that a woman fired shots into her house.
Man, stay away from my boyfriend.
Maybe.
Ortiz being held on $10.2 million bail.
Yikes.
Officials have not yet cited a motive for the attack. She was arrested after at least 10 shots were fired into the Beverly Hills home of Rihanna while the pop star was inside.
Oh, jeez.
L.A. police responded to the report of the shooting at 1:21 p.m. Sunday. No injuries were reported. When they pulled the suspect over and took her into custody, they searched the vehicle and located an assault rifle and 7 casings. LAPD found bullet holes in a gate at Rihanna's home and in an RV parked in the driveway. Rihanna reportedly lives in a colonial-style mansion in Beverly Hills with her rapper partner A$AP Rocky and their 3 young children. It was unclear whether anyone else was home at the time of the shooting.
Man, this person, this female, could be up for attempted murder, and a whole bunch of other things. Wow. That is...
I mean...
That's scary.
I can't name a Rihanna song, but it doesn't mean I want to shoot at her.
Wonder what the problem was. Was this lady just crazy?
Nah, pulling up outside of a pop star's home and just randomly shooting into it?
I guess my question
what sounds
is,
crazy about that?
Is there some connection, like she's mad at her manager or something, or is this just random?
I have no idea.
She knows who she is and just doesn't like her for whatever reason.
They have not yet cited a motive. Maybe we'll get that information later. Katie Couric was interviewing Gavin Newsom on a recent podcast.
Why?
Well, Gavin Newsom is all the rage nowadays. He's no doubt going to be running for the 28 Democratic nomination for the presidency. As long as he continues to open his mouth, I think there's very little fear that he will get it, but some of it depends on the competition. The interview included questions about the governor's appearance that some viewers described as unusually flattering, such as, "Are you too good looking?"
Seriously, that was the question.
Do you have a
Katie Couric
Zoolander
asked him
problem?
that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have a Zoolander problem? She asked. Both Couric and Newsom laughed following the remark. Newsom then pursed his lips in an apparent attempt to mimic Stiller's well-known blue steel modeling expression from the movie. Are you just ridiculously good-looking, as Vogue said? No, seriously, what do you do about that? Couric asked. Newsom responded to the question by saying he has avoided attempts to change his personal style to fit a particular political image. You don't do anything about it because if you're going to do something about it, then you're bull bleeping people. You know what? I am who I am, and it's fine. Yeah, you're Mr. 960 on the SATs, and you seem to think that puts you in league with African Americans.
Well, if anybody would know about BSing people, it'd probably be Gavin Newsom.
He's pretty good at it. He's got it down. What a piece of work. Stephen A. Smith has announced he has no intention of running for president. And he says it for the same reason that I have long maintained I'm never running for public office. Can't afford the pay cut. Cannot afford the pay cut. He said if I could do it and hold on to my money, sure, but that's not going to happen. If I got to give up my money, it's not going to do it. So he named 3 people that he would vote for if they ran for president. One of them, Josh Shapiro.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Tells me all I needed to know about
Pers-
Stephen A. Smith.
Wow.
Interesting. Another one, even more shocking, Marco Rubio.
Okay.
He did this, by the way, on a podcast with Sean Hannity. Those two are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
I'm a little sad to hear it because I think it would make the 28
would have spiced it up.
election much more interesting.
It sure would have.
Much more interesting. I'm kind of like, we need a black Donald Trump in there, somebody who's just bombastic and is full of, well, himself, for starters. And that would be, I understand why he's not. That's okay. 918 Dixon and Vining. Our buddy Steve West gets a turn. Is coming up next. Stick around.
922 Dixon and Vining at Talk 99.5, talk995.com. A bit overcast today and rain on the way later on in the day. Hey, there's a lot of different directions that all of us can go when we talk about investments and how to make our money work for us. But how about having somebody that is so knowledgeable in this area, they'll get a customized plan for you so you can sit back and watch that nest egg grow and grow and grow. That's what it's all about with the Knowles Group. Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group for all your financial planning. If you don't have this put together just yet, and again, we just got into 2026. We got some time this year. Things are going to start moving in a really positive direction. The more we see things, this would be a good time to get that plan put together. So here's what I want you to do. If you don't have it put together, you get in touch with the Knowles Group at theknowlesgroup.com. Danny Knowles has been with us for a very long time. Trust that what he's going to do is to kind of guide you through what he needs to do in order to get your money to work the most for you so you can kick back a little later in life and not worry about those things. That's what it's really all about. Have that plan, know where you're going, and reach those goals. That's what he's going to do for you. Danny Knowles and the Knowles Group for your financial planning. Get in touch with them today by going to theknowlesgroup.com, theknowlesgroup.com.
It's Steve's turn.
So yesterday, while Valerie wasn't here, remember Valerie? We made a quick mention of Arnold being the most recent GOP governor that far left, in a couple of ways, state of California. Well, he's now back to acting, and after his streaming show FUBAR was canceled after 2 seasons, he's not really showing any signs of slowing down. He is 78 years old, has plenty of plans for the next few years as he continues his acting career. Short term, he's got a couple of things going on. A martial arts film with Michael Fassbender coming up entitled Kung Fury 2. Easy for me to say. Then there's a movie called The Man with the Bag where he's going to play Santa Claus, but one who's had his bag of presents for the good little boys and girls stolen. I don't know whether that's coming out this year or not. After that, looks like he's going to be returning to a couple of his old roles. Get this. First up, Arnold is going to return to the franchise that launched him into major Hollywood stardom here into the United States. He's going to reprise the role of Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, first one came out in 1982, saw him seeking revenge on a cult leader that was played by James Earl Jones, who has since passed away. There was a second movie, Conan the Destroyer. It came out 2 years later, but he left the character behind after that. But now, to paraphrase something I heard somewhere, he's back, and he's working with Mission Impossible director Christopher McQuarrie on a third installment of the franchise. The name, as it stands right now, is called King Conan. Said of this new movie, Conan got complacent on the throne, got overthrown, kicked out of the kingdom, and now 40 years later, he's returning only to find that it has devolved into chaos. Sound like California to anybody? Just asking. Yeah, if you think it's not, Arnold has more plans. He's not only returning to Conan, but he's going to revisit 2 other roles from his early and mid-1980s. Or maybe a little bit. He will return to the role of Dutch in the movie 1987's Predator. Exactly how, considering the fact that he is 78 years old, we're not really sure. And also considering the series has gone off in several different directions, including a crossover with the Alien franchise. Not really sure how Dutch is going to, but apparently he is. And the other is 1985's Matrix, the ex-Green Beret who sees his daughter, who was then played by a young Melissa Milano, who's now gone off her rocker, in a sequel to Commando. No word on if Milano or Ray Dawn Chong is going to come back to reprise their role. The thing about it is, you think about those movies and you think about him at that time, and he was just literally fresh off of being Mr. Universe. He's not anymore. Sorry. And again, you're 78, and I saw you in FUBAR, and it was funny, and it was kind of tricks or Dutch. I'm thinking we might have gone off our rocker on this one.
Yeah, there comes a point in time where you're just like, okay, I need to not do these movies anymore. Lately, he's not even well.
Talking about.
No, he's. It's all. How's he gonna?
It'll be interesting. Mando. Recently, and I movie that was. I really action. Butter. It's across while I was looking for something.
The
Internet was out.
down, yeah.
Still sealed. Going to now either, and I put it.
Visited just to see.
As like the actually beaten one in the past. Find out what that's all about. Would make sense. I made it through about 3 hours.
No, yeah, I mean, try it again.
Funny in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where things fun aspect. Peter solo career there for a minute and a half. 9:35, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. He was, of course, the lead singer of the Jay Giles Band for the longest time. Jay Giles, I think, was the keyboard player in that band, was he not? I think. Hate it when, like, the name of the band isn't like the lead singer or one of the main guys. You're like,
Should
wait,
be
hold on a
something
second. What's
in
going
there,
on here?
right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, well.
It is 9:36 with Dixon and Vining, and we're about half an hour away from Skippy McLean and his little sidekick, Jimbo.
You're still calling him that, huh?
What? Is that not their names?
2 days.
Did I get it wrong?
I don't know.
Am I,
Just wondering,
okay.
what you're going to call him next.
Why would I call